Hey everybody out there in the land of YouTube and at Dion here. It is Wednesday, July 16th, 2025, and this is our PNN pop-up. That means I briefly look into what's going on and I give you a brief synopsis of my psychic impression. I'm in the beautiful land of Rockport, Massachusetts. As you can see, it's a beautiful, very humid, but beautiful summer, early evening actually. It's about 5:30, 5:20. I'm going to an event. Just gonna make an appearance and for expansion of my business. So I'm doing that afterwards, and then we have PNN tonight at 7 as usual on Wednesday nights, and we have a special guest tonight, so you might want to tune in 7 p.m. Eastern time, as we do every week. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Okay, so let's take a look at some things. I'm really sensing, sorry if the wind is kind of noisy, but bear with me because it feels awesome. The cool breeze, definitely. It's a treat. It's like a natural big fan. I'm going to take a look at some things, and one is I'm going to look at how all this lying is going for Dumpy, because I really do sense we've hit a point. We've come to a place where when you hear him blaming the same exact people, pretty sailboat going up behind me, the same exact people, Obama and Biden and Clinton and the Russia. I mean, 10 years of this, I think the shelf life has expired. I do. I psychically pick up that it's gotten old. The jig is up. Finally. Totally serious. It's gotten old. The jig is up. And now MAGA is sick of being given promises that aren't kept. They used to have, their slogan used to be, promises made, promises kept. Yeah, right. Sure. Tell me another one. Let's take a look at the cards. I hope you're having a good Wednesday. I'm doing my best to stay cool. It's kind of that sicky kind of heat, though. It's like where you don't feel like eating until like 10 o'clock at night. That. The event that I'm going to is at a brewery. I'm hoping they have NA beer, non-alcoholic beer. It's an opening of a new brewery. All right, lots of sailboats coming in and out. I'm pulling 3 cards about whether Dumpy's his lies have expired. Have his lies expired? I mean, it really is to the point that you can just go down the list. You know exactly what he's going to say. It's like a song that you've heard over and over and over again. You never really sat down to really memorize it, but one day you're like, I know all the words to that song because you've heard it so much. Remember that? Remember those days? Okay, 3 cards about how the lies are holding up. Have they reached their expiration date? I gotta be careful that the cards don't blow away. All right. Knight of Cups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of Pentacles. That's been coming up a lot. He's running out of money. I mean, I know that sounds crazy with all the grifting that he does, but I've been getting that consistently for the past couple of weeks. Is he's very concerned about money because he's running out of money. There's no logic to it, right? Because it just seems like he's been just using the White House as like his enterprise, his commercial enterprise. He considers everything a commercial opportunity for a transaction. So I have the Three of Cups and the Knight of Cups and the Five of Pentacles. So the people around him are pretending things are good. How often does he say, oh, you know, we're celebrating all our achievements? And it's like, okay, name one. It's insane. So the people around him are keeping up the ruse and pretending that, you know, there's reason to celebrate and there's some great, great stuff going on. But the truth of the matter is he's really hurting in the financial arena. That does represent the tariffs, and the Knight of Cups, that's indicating that somebody is going to, I feel like the Epstein files will be released. The list and videos and all that will be released. That's how he's doing. I don't think he can keep up the ruse anymore. And there are so many different layers of and repercussions for him, especially, you know, when that turns out to be the truth, that it's just not working anymore. You can only play the same script for so long before people are just like, can we go on to the next thing? And I know that we thought we were there with Kamala, and I know that she won. And I'm putting, the order for the mugs is going in. So those of you who have pre-ordered Kamala 1 mugs, it'll be several weeks, and I'll keep you posted, but the order is going in. So we know that Kamala won. And we know the only reason he ran for POTUS was because he has a corrupt Supreme Court and that he knew he could get away with all his crimes. But let's see how that's really going to go. Let's see how that's really going to go. Is he going to get away with all his crimes? Yes. Will it be because he's no longer on the planet? Yes. I'm not saying when, I'm not saying how, I'm not predicting death, but it's that's a very clear yes. I've been getting that consistently. I'm not going to go into specifics, there's no need to. I think that spoke for itself. So speaking of Kamala, how many times, I think I wake up every day and I go, we could have had Kamala. I really do think that. Well, we can have Kamala. There's no reason we can't have Kamala. None. They are trying to gerrymander the hell. Well, basically the GOP is attempting to eliminate democracy altogether. No voting. They're going to gerrymander the hell out of Texas, they say. Trump basically said he's going to steal 5 seats. You know, they're just telling us. So I'm pulling 3 cards on the status of Kamala, the status of us being out of this holy hell hole, a holy hell hole. 5 of Swords, Queen of Rods, Knight of, okay, yeah, real painful stuff. Where Kamala's at, it's been real painful to watch what's going on. Exceedingly painful. Very hard to deal with. But I do have the Queen of Rods and the Knight of Rods. So these 2 things remind me of Kamala and Tim Walz. We will get news at some point. And don't yell at me about when. I can just hear you through the psychic vibrations right now. I'm asking the question, where's Kamala at? Really, really painful situation that she's watching this country being destroyed. Every aspect of it. By a fascist regime. But the Queen of Rods and the Knight of Rods, this is Kamala and Tim Walz. I feel like they're still communicating, they're still a unit, they're still talking about, well, what happens when? And I would say, what happens when the truth comes out? So let's take a look at that real quick as I enjoy this breeze. I have my little bag that my cards were in got stuck in the zipper. It's always something. Come on. All right, let's ask. Let's ask about finding out the results, the real results of the last election, the last presidential election. The real results. Are they coming out? I have a yes. See, it's like I told you, it's got to be when the MAGAs are receptive. They're getting pretty damn close to being pretty damn receptive to the fact that Dumpy stole that and he's not legitimate. Okay, and we have a Supreme Court that, you know, gets elected to uphold the Constitution, and they're doing the effing opposite. Will we find out this year that the election was rigged in Dumpy's favor? Yes, we will. We will. So I think I'm going to leave that there until tonight. I do have to get to this event. And special guest tonight. You can probably guess who the special guest is. It'll be a little bit easier to have a little help with the show tonight. I'll have a nice cool fan on, and let's do this. Jump in the ocean sounds kind of nice too. All right. See you soon. Please hit the thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed, and know that my work is funded by your donations, your memberships. I do need to do a new series for my members. I'll keep you posted. I have a couple of ideas about being powerful and empowered, and more on that later. All right, we'll see you tonight, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 7 p.m. Eastern. Love you guys. Signing off from Rockport, Massachusetts. Namaste.